Today we're going to take a look at this steampunk convention I went to with my friend Kale. Definitely an interesting experience. I was using the Canon EOS M5, which I just recently got. This convention is called the Chicago Steampunk Exposition. I think it was the first year. Turned out really nice. It wasn't huge, but definitely a lot of stuff to check out. I approached this convention like any other one. You have different panels, you have different vendors all around. For the cosplay, I was definitely trying to find good opportunities to take photos of people. There weren't a huge number of them, but it did work out where I got quite a few. Kale helped out with that a little bit as well. The way that it usually works is you would find a good opportunity. They're not eating, they're not on their phone. Ask them for a photo, take a few snapshots, and that's usually how I do things. With not a huge amount of cosplayers, I was trying to fill out the time with different types of photography, so I was doing some more detailed shots. Any type of business card that I got from the vendors, I would take a photo of it, and I would actually talk to the vendors, potentially take photos of them as well, which I did a few times. That was fun. My friend Kale decided to do this panel where they were making books, basically a little notebook where you get the pieces, you put it together, so that was a nice opportunity for photos, those detailed shots, and I also used the action camera to do a time-lapse. With conventions, it's nice to do kind of a documentary style of photography, so I would take photos of panels that I'm going to. With the lens that I had, the 32mm f1.4, it's not good for any type of range, so in those situations, it is that documentary style, just simple snapshots, but I do think it's good to get those type of photos as well, to just have that as an extra piece to the whole group of photos. Usually the lens that I like using for these conventions is the 22mm f2 lens, which I'm filming with right now. It's a good lens for those situations because it's decently wide, the 35mm equivalent, but I decided to go with the 32mm because it is a lens that actually came out after the M5, so I was just curious to see how it worked with autofocus, and it turns out worked very nicely. I didn't notice any issues. In the dark situations, especially at this convention, you're going to get the higher ISO noise, so sharpness wasn't something I could really judge too well in those situations. I didn't use any type of lighting. Definitely, I think it worked out all right. The day before the convention, I did set up the camera as well as I could. I did set one of the custom modes to what I think I would be using in that setup. It worked okay, but I was still fumbling with the camera because I had not set the ISO to a dedicated dial. I had it switch between TV and ISO. Definitely want to learn about the camera specifically because everyone is a little bit different. There's going to be some things that are slightly off, slightly changed, and you just have to get used to the camera itself as a singular tool. But overall, I really like the layout of the M5, especially compared to the M50. It has more buttons and more dials and those custom modes, which are great for photography. For this convention, I took 237 photos and around 2.5 gigabytes of video at 1080p, 24 frames a second. I was using the new battery that was freshly charged, and at the end of the convention with all that stuff taken, it was still showing fully charged. I don't know if there's a way to see a percentage, but it did show all the little bars on the icon. Hope you enjoyed that look at the Steampunk Convention in the Rosemont, Chicago area. Really interesting to see, a little bit different than what I'm used to. Hope you enjoyed the video itself and the talk on the Canon EOS M5. Interesting camera and a good setup for lots of dials and buttons to use right on there. That direct control is super nice. With the convention and the camera, I think it worked out decently well. Definitely, it'll take time to learn more and get really used to it, but overall, very nice. Thanks. Sky Photography Bonsai.